Hi, I'm Sam. And this is Christine. We are a couple from the Isle of Man, and after quitting our jobs and selling everything we owned in 2022, we set out to travel the world for as long as we could. We have already visited some incredible places on our journey so far, but this one was the big one.
Ta-da! Northernmost point of New Zealand.
I'm going to call it Kevin the Girl. Join us as we embark on an epic adventure of travelling New Zealand for 2 whole months while navigating and living in a camper van for the very first time. And that's it. Easy as that. Exploring some incredible landscapes.
That is what we're looking for.
Hunting for as many Lord of the Rings filming locations as possible.
Dream come true.
With just a few mishaps along the way. A once-in-a-lifetime road trip across Middle-earth, and we cannot wait to take you with us.
Wow.
First stop, North Island.
First time we are filling up the freshwater tank.
I haven't got the right nozzles, so making it work with whatever we can.
We're now emptying the wastewater. First time. Woohoo! On the road again, heading for Tukaka coast. We're leaving Whangarei, so we know how to pronounce it now, Whangarei. And it's not that much of a distance actually. I think it's only about a half an hour's drive to Tukaka coast, and then we'll make our way up to Paihia today, and then maybe stay there 1 or 2 nights. We do have a little bit of rain. So it's been raining all morning, so hopefully it does clear at some point, but yeah. Can you see anything?
Yeah. Beaches over there, with like loads of like cuts out of the cove. Islands out there. I'm wearing shorts.
Donkey.
So we realised very quickly that we were not going to make it to Paihia, as we were taking the coastal road east towards the Bay of Islands. Today's drive was all about enjoying the roads and making frequent rainy pit stops wherever possible, whilst making our way to our new destination, the quiet and quaint town of Russell.
Found this little gem on our way. It is a gallery and a cafe. So we're just going to stop and have something to eat quickly and a nice cup of coffee to break up the trip on the way to Russell. Okay, so we have just stopped at Elaine Bay Cafe and we are having coffee and sausage rolls. And it stopped raining, which is amazing.
Yeah,
It's a fix. Well, that was a lovely little pit stop that we just made, and we are now on our way to Russell. So it'll take us, I think, about an hour to drive. and then we're just going to turn up to, I think it's one of the top 10 campsites, and then do a non-powered site for the night, because we don't actually need to hook up to power because the solar panels are charging the battery, which is amazing. So cute.
Oh, a sleepy town. I wonder if the kids get the ferry to Paihia, bigger town to go to school.
Wow.
Little sleepy town of Russell, little hidden gem.
Yeah, it's absolutely adorable. We've just walked down a street called York Street, and it's literally like a sleepy fisherman's village with the most cutest shops, like all very bespoke shops. Just
Wooden like boardwalk. It's very hard to explain actually, but if you ever watched the film Father of the Bride and you see the town that Steve Martin's character lives in, it's very similar to that, but replace all that with like wood. Yeah, very picturesque. And we've just caught in time for the sunset, which sets here at 10 to 8. So we've just caught the sunset, so we'll enjoy this. We have done our one night at the Russell Top 10 holiday camp, and now we are on our way to Flagstaff Hill to do a 30-minute round sort of loop to see a panoramic view of the Bay of Islands, which will be really, really cool. We saw an incredible sunset last night, which was amazing. We walked into the town to try and find a shop, but it was already closed, and yeah, we were greeted with this incredible sky with the pier and the water. It was just absolutely amazing. And then after the walk we are going to head for Paihia and then stay there for one night. It's only an hour's drive away, and then we'll head for Cape Ringo the following day. So we've decided to do the shorter walk, so the 5-minute walk instead. We've just parked over there a bit conspicuously, and yeah, shorter walk today. We'll try and find a longer one in Paihia.
Thank goodness we are back on an actual road and not gravel, because that was... never mind. We very quickly popped back on this gravel road and we've come across a few cars now, so at least that's indicating that it is a road that people actually travel on between Russell and Paihia. We've been driving on it for about 35 minutes now and we can see some straight bits coming up, so hopefully we're coming to the end of it now and we'll get back on a proper road. So there's a lot of post boxes at the front of people's properties like this, but here for some reason they have microwaves. Really random. What was that like, Sam?
Fine.
Not too bad.
Just got to go slow. Make sure no trouble gets you. We decided to do a 20-minute detour to the town of Kawakawa, the only town in New Zealand that is home to a railway track through the middle of it. Characterised by colourful sculptures, mosaics and cobblestone, this town is an added bonus to any northern road trip. And the most interesting thing has to be the infamous Hundertwasser toilets. These are the famous New Zealand toilets. Hundertwasser. Never thought I'd be showcasing a toilet, but here we are. In order to make Christine happy, she needs mine. It's a shop made for Christine. At Paihia, at a little holiday park here. We just parked up for the night. I think we're going to do 2 nights here because there's quite a lot to see in the surrounding area. So we're just going to walk into town right now and we are going to go find some takeaway coffee mugs so we can drive with coffee rather than having to like buy coffee, because we've got coffee in a kettle, so why not. And tomorrow we're going to go take a look around at the treaty grounds, which is what Paihia is famous for, as well as 2 waterfalls, and then we'll hit the road for Cape Ringa. Isn't that how you pronounce it, Christine? Yeah. Cape Ringa. Sorry, we are pronouncing the names a lot better than we did originally. So where we originally come from, which is Auckland, then Whangarei, not Whangarei, or Whangarei. We might try and get it to Whangarei. Also, we need to look for potential lanterns. Yeah, off to town we go. Also, a little update. We've had the van for about 4 days now, getting to know her. It's definitely a she, and we finally decided on a name. One of mine and Christine's favourite films is Up by Disney Pixar, and it's about adventure and adventures out there, and we're on one big adventure here, currently in New Zealand, so we decided to call the campervan Kevin, the girl, because Kevin's a girl.
Kevin's a girl?
So we're going to call it Kevin the girl.
We have located our dinner for the night. We are going to have fish and chips because that is exactly what I want to do while we're in New Zealand by the seaside, is have a very British meal. Wow.
morning, everybody. We are here at the, Christine, what's the name?
Waitangi
Treaty Grounds. We're about to start a 6-hour or 4 to 6 hour trek from the Treaty Grounds to the waterfall. So it's 6 kilometres there, 6 kilometres back. So hopefully we'll have enough time to do it in about 6 hours. And yeah, we're about to start off now. So bag packed, all set. Ooh, tight fit. So we checked out the Treaty Ground first, and it's $60 per person to get in, which is about 30 quid. But locals only get charged 30, so they must see tourists and just charge double. So we're going to do a bit of research about the Treaty Grounds and what there is to do there, and make a decision whether or not we're going to go. But that eats quite a lot of our daily budget here in New Zealand, and we've got to take into consideration things like petrol, food, accommodation, because not every campsite is free. So yeah, not sure it's going to be worth it for us. What do you reckon?
No, I agree. It's a lot of money, and we just have to be reasonable with our choices.
Yeah, we're going to Hobbiton, which is a big ticket expense, but I think we're happy with doing walks and going to sort of like waterfalls and things like that, and Lord of the Rings filming locations. So thanks Dom and Shana for my birthday voucher for Hobbiton. We're going to book that soon. We're just trying to figure out the best date possible to go. But yeah, I think Treaty Grounds is a no for us. I think we'll stick to waterfalls and hikes.
There are a lot of these traps dotted all over, I think to protect the bird wildlife and possibly even kiwis from possums and stoats and other animals that are killing them. So they'll actually be found in many of the reserves here in New Zealand so far. They are really trying to protect the bird habitat, which is really cool. And we found out that kiwis are actually really endangered, and they are nocturnal, so I think the likelihood of us seeing one in the wild unfortunately is quite unlikely, but you never know, we might get lucky.
Sam's story time, back at you again. I've got some interesting facts about kiwis. So there are 5 different species of kiwis that all reside in New Zealand, the rarest being Whangarei kiwi, and there is estimated to be about 400 of them in the wild. In total, there are about 70,000 kiwis in the wild left in New Zealand, and what happens is because 95% of the time a baby kiwi egg will die in the wild, so what happens is they go around these sanctuaries, they go around and collect the kiwi eggs, nurture them in sanctuaries, get them to fully grown kiwis, and then release them back into the wild. And people in New Zealand sometimes have never actually seen a kiwi because they're so rare, and they're very nocturnal, and they have no breastbone, so they get crushed easily by dogs and cats, which is why there's traps everywhere in forests. So, fun fact. Also, if you're lucky enough and you do spend your night in the forest looking for kiwis, easy way to tell if you're near a kiwi is that you can hear them going through their nostrils, because their nostrils are situated on the very top or the front of their beak, and they've got a very long beak. They've got very poor eyesight, they've got very good hearing and very good sense of smell. They're one of the few birds that have whiskers. So, there you go, story time. About 1 kilometre away from Haruru Falls. Now, when we googled this, it said on Google that it was very pram and stroller friendly. Would you say it was pram and stroller friendly?
No.
No. So if you're thinking about doing this walk from the Treaty Grounds to Haruru Falls, it's about 5k one way and 5k back. Do not come with a stroller or a pram. It's not very friendly at all.
Maybe one of those like off-roading buggy type things would be okay, but there's a lot of steps and the paths are quite narrow, so
You're going over branches and stones, and the only pram friendly bit was the boardwalk, wasn't it?
yeah,
So-
like the mangrove area, so I'll definitely not.
Yeah, so yeah.
You can hear it. It's very loud.
Welcome to Haruru Falls. It stinks of like muddy water. If you probably can't hear me, it stinks of muddy water. So if you ever went to a British school on the Isle of Man or in England and you had to do cross country, and it's the smell of your PE bag when you get home from school, old stale mud. Well worth the 5k trek through the mangrove at the treaty grounds. I would highly recommend walking here rather than rather than parking at the car park and then walk back. But yeah, well worth it. Stunning. Thumbs up from me.
And for me.
Good little walk.
Amazing. Absolutely
15,000
amazing.
steps, 11k walked. Time for a kufi.
Thank you, Sam. Good.
Decent.
Well done. Dinner with a view. Good morning. So we are off to Rainbow Falls this morning. We have left the Waitangi Holiday Park and we're going to be making our way to Cape Ringo today. So by the end of the day we will be at the supposed most northern point in New Zealand. Just stop for petrol quickly because we need to fill the tank and then we'll be on our way to Rainbow Falls.
First stop, Rainbow Falls. Nice short walk.
Rainbow Falls has a rainbow. Who would have known? You can't see it from this angle, but you can see it up on the higher platform. Absolutely stunning, and I'm so glad that we came. And now we are on our way to Cape Ringo. See you on the road.